24 hours away from the College Football National Championship between the Georgia Bulldogs and TCU Horned Frogs. We're now going to kick things over to our sports director, Dan Booth, and reporter Alyssa Lyons live for us from Los Angeles. Dan, Alyssa, I heard you had the chance to explore LA a bit, but how to go out there today, and were the dogs out?
Thank you, Craig. You know what? The dogs were out. You can say that again. And our College Football Playoff National Championship coverage continues live from Los Angeles. And it's brought to you by Jim Hudson Infinity Acura Lexus. So thank you for that. And you can continue to feel that the anticipation just keeps building as more Bulldogs fans continue to flood the West Coast.
We had a chance to get out all over LA today, and it was a sea of red. We bumped into dogs fans of all ages when we were in Beverly Hills on Wrdw Drive. Shortly after that, we hit the beach at Santa Monica Pier, and the good times just kept on rolling. The Georgia faithful were having a good time soaking in the Cali weather and atmosphere ahead of the big game tomorrow night.
Now, Grovetown native Marcus Washington Jr. is appearing in his first national championship, and we had some fun on Media Day, and he picked up the mic and was talking to some of his teammates.
We were at the Media Days at the College Football National Championship. I'm Alyssa Lyons.
And I'm Marcus Washington Jr.
And let's have some fun.
What is the most funniest thing Coach Muschamp has ever said?
Would never say?
Ever said.
There's too much. It's probably something you say to decor, to be honest.
Defense do anything? You guys have any like inter-competition defense, offense, and like kind of mess around a little bit?
Team run. Whoever won, they had to do push-ups on the spot. The losers.
Okay, who is the worst push-up person?
The worst push-up person? Straws, man. You've been deemed the worst push-up guy, bro.
The worst what?
Push-up guy, bro. They say your form's trash.
Oh, man. I'm trying to get like you know?
Trying to get like me?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I don't know. I think we need to see Hood's push-up.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, my God. He's smoking you right now.
No, this is pretty bad.
The 5? I think it was 5. Probably the first game last time on the dirtiest, messiest, like, cubicle in the locker room.
What you said, locker?
Yeah.
Julian Humphrey.
Julian.
By far.
You know, see, my locker is like my second closet. So I got probably 5 pairs of pants in there, 3 pairs of shorts, some socks, like 5 mouthpieces, 4 pairs of gloves, yeah. Oh, 3 pairs of jackets. Yeah. All the swag, I'll say Javon Bullard and Chris Smith.
Hey, Bull. They say you the swaggiest on the team, bro. So, like, how you feel about that?
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
They say you and Chris Smith got the most grip out of everybody.
That's a fact.
But they say Savon also got the grip too, though.
No comment. No comment.
Alright, y'all, I have a question for every single one of you. Describe Marcus. How is he?
Oh,
Really?
that's the menace.
He's a menace.
That's not Marcus. That's the menace.
Okay, how did you get that nickname?
He's a menace.
Some of the Bulldogs certainly have a future in media after their time playing. But earlier today, we had the opportunity to hear from head coach Kirby Smart because they held their last press conferences before having the big game tomorrow. And Coach Smart talked about the expectations that are behind his team being 12.5-point favorites and having the chance to go back-to-back.
We've just had a saying around our place for a long time that probability is not reality. So we don't control what people say in probability. Reality is what happens on the field between those lines. And that's what takes a lot more courage than just putting out probability.
Well, the Dogs are no stranger to the spotlight, but for TCU, this is their first time at the national championship.
And here's what head coach of TCU, Sonny Dykes, had to say about having the opportunity to be in this position and hearing the TCU Horned Frogs talked about by national media like Georgia Bulldogs alum Ernie Johnson and Shaq on Inside the NBA.
I've always been a Shaq guy. You know, I mean, I told this story before. My wife and I have been married 17 years now. We've had 3 disagreements in our marriage in 17 years, and one of them was about Shaq and Kobe. You know, I'm a Shaq guy, she's a Kobe girl. That was probably about as eventful argument as we've had in our marriage. And so, hey, look, I'm a Shaq dude through and through. Always have been. So he's a Texas guy, San Antonio Cole.
On that note, we'll move right over here to the middle in the second row.
That's more information than you wanted, hey, but it's the truth.
I'm more impressed you've only had 3 arguments with your wife in 17 years. I'm still trying to conquer that.
Well, it's always funny to hear coaches when they're outside of work how they act when they're at home. 3 arguments though. That's a pretty good track record.
Impressive to say the least, and peeling back the curtain is always fun to hear some of these guys say what's really on their mind. And on a more serious note, tight end Darnell Washington for the Georgia Bulldogs is dealing with an ankle injury since the Peach Bowl, and head coach Kirby Smart gave us a brief update saying that things are moving in the positive direction and he will be a game-time decision tomorrow night.
In LA, I'm Melissa Lyons.
And I'm Dan Booth on your side.
Exciting stuff, y'all, and we will be on the edges of our seat. Wishing the best for luck out there in LA for y'all, but let's go Dogs, and we're going to bring it right back to Georgia with some weather.
Hey, great job, guys. Appreciate the coverage for sure. As far as looking out at the outlook store for the afternoon, we'll talk about temperatures and the chance for some storms later this week coming up.
New tonight at 11, Richmond County deputies are asking for your help finding this man on your screen. Deputies say 31-year-old Benjamin Hickson was last seen near Carlene Road today and may be driving in a white Chevrolet Silverado. These are his tags here, and if you have any information on his whereabouts, please call the sheriff's office. Also new at 11, Richmond County deputies are responding to a car accident with injury out on Gordon Highway and Jimmy Dias Parkway. Dispatchers say the crash happened around 6:40 p.m. Our last update from the sheriff's office was that all westbound lanes on the highway are shut down near the Jimmy Dias Parkway, but as of right now, GDOT, is reporting the accident is cleared and all lanes are open. Otherwise, no more information is available at the moment. And plus, Richmond County deputies found a person dead after reports of a shooting earlier today. Deputies say they responded to the sleep-in off of Clawson Road around 2 p.m. Coroner says the victim's name will be released once their family has been notified, but deputies found a man at the hotel with at least 1 gunshot wound, and then he was taken to AU Medical Center. The investigation is still in the early stages, and the sheriff's office has not identified the suspect, but we will let you know when the victim's identity is ready. Be sure to stay with us as this story is just coming in and developing. Over to Aiken County, 1 person is dead after a single vehicle car crash earlier today. The coroner's office says it happened around 4:20 a.m. near New Ellenton. They say the driver was driving south on Dry Branch Road when it crossed over the center line, ran off the road, and crashed into a tree near Odom Street. Then their car burst into flames. And 31-year-old John Ways was identified and is the only person in the car when it happened. They died inside from blunt force injuries. The coroner's office says they are continuing their investigation with South Carolina Highway Patrol moving forward, and a toxicology analysis is on the way as well. And a large group of people, all dressed in red and holding on to heart balloons, came together to remember a man who passed away at the end of 2022 from a tragic accident. At the end of December, 50-year-old William Bell was crossing Deansbridge Road when a car hit him. Then another car hit him again and dragged his body 7 miles to Milledgeville Road. Today, people gathered around in a circle outside T's car wash to remember how he impacted each of their lives. One pastor from his church says he was a man who didn't get angry much and was respectful to anyone he met before he passed away.
He was just like a son. He wasn't my son, but he was just like a son because he'd been here ever since a car wash. He would be the first person here and the last person that leave. And just truly gonna miss him. He was a sweet person.
At the end of the event, everyone released their balloons as their last goodbye to William Bell. Well, we're going to hit into a break, but be sure to stick with us here just a moment on News 12 at 11.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Let Butler do it. Butler Automotive, your dealer alternative since 1975.
Should have called the butler.
An 11-year-old boy is going through multiple surgeries in the hospital after 3 pit bulls attacked him on this past Friday. We've been keeping in touch with the family during this difficult time, but we now know the man who owns the dogs is no longer in jail. Columbia County Sheriff's Office confirms Burt Baker III was released on an $1,100 bond. Deputies met with him on Friday after the attack, where he told deputies the dogs were his and they like to chase people on bicycles. Deputies took him in and charged him with reckless conduct. And this muddy ditch off of Langston Drive is where all happened in this really tragic incident. Mother Erica Gilstrap says her Justin was riding his bike when one of the Baker's pit bulls started barking at him and grabbed his leg. From there, it got worse after his other dogs showed up and pulled him into this ditch. And we're now joined with News 12 Sydney Hood, who's been in constant communication with his mom, checking in on his recovery. Sydney, how are things going for her and her family?
Craig, they are taking things day by day as Justin Gilstrap continues to fight. There is now a hashtag Justin Tough circling around social media. That's exactly how his mom describes him since the attack that's forever changed his life. For her safety, she preferred speaking with us off camera, but she wants people to know her story so no mother has to go through this.
And Justin walked up to me, and he was like, "Am I dreaming?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, baby, no, you're not."
Not a dream, but a new reality for Justin Gilstrap.
This is our life now. He's going to be forever changed. And life will never go back to the same for him. Ever.
Life for Justin changed in a matter of minutes.
He sat there kicking and screaming. Luckily, he was screaming loud enough that my 11-year-old nephew heard him, and they brought him to me, and one of my kids came running in. Justin's been attacked. Justin's been attacked.
Since the attack, Justin's been through 2 surgeries with more to come.
It just kills me. Absolutely kills me. That poor baby. He didn't ask for this. He was just being a little boy, playing outside like all little boys do. He should be at home right now, riding his bike, not sedated in a hospital bed.
Day by day, this hunting, fishing, and all-around outdoor-loving boy
He loves to be outside. You couldn't keep him inside.
fights to get the life back he loves.
Had he not been a fighter, right now I could be planning his funeral instead of at the hospital with him.
Truth is, Justin is lucky to be alive.
I hope he's still the same Justin he was before this, after this. Justin's a happy little boy. Everybody loves him. He's a hugger. He loves people. I just hope this didn't break his spirit.
Nothing can break this fighter's spirit.
And he can only mouth. We can't hear what he's saying. But he looked at me and he was like, "Hug, hug." So they let down the rails and I was able to hug him and kiss on him and tell him that I loved him. And that's all he wanted was a hug. Was a hug. And he got it.
Erica says she's thankful for the support her family has seen so far. Even complete strangers have reached out to her to show support, with more than $52,000 raised through a GoFundMe she started yesterday. Even his school, Uchi Creek Elementary, where Justin is a 5th grader, is showing their support of Justin with the hashtag Justin Tough, and tough he is.
Really difficult story, and once again, that family is in our hearts and minds. Thank you for that coverage, Sydney Hood. Now, we have one story that's getting a little bit more hope that started out tragic. Take a look at this. Damar Hamlin took to Twitter earlier today with this picture, sending a heart to his team and fans before the big game against New England Patriots. Across the nation this weekend, football fans and NFL teams are sharing their prayers and emotional tributes as Hamlin recovers. CBS correspondent Bradley Blackburn reports from Buffalo, New York.
What started off earlier in the week as a tragic scene has slowly turned into a celebration of life.
From the broadcast booth to tailgating parties and all around Buffalo's Highmark Stadium, good spirits everywhere for Damar Hamlin's remarkable progress.
Everyone is going to be thrilled that he is awake and talking, and it's just going to be awesome.
As the Buffalo Bills took on their AFC rival, the New England Patriots, Sunday, fans signed a giant get well card for Hamlin just outside the stadium. In Cincinnati and at NFL games nationwide, Hamlin's 3 has become an inspiring symbol amid encouraging signs of recovery after he went into cardiac arrest during last week's game against the Bengals.
Just to see, the whole NFL and the whole country, sit there and surround him and give prayer was absolutely unbelievable.
Buffalo has seen tragedy in the last year, a mass shooting, a deadly record-breaking blizzard, and now Hamlin's injury. But Bills fans say celebrating his recovery at this game was a moment of joy.
it's just a community coming together, and not only that, every community coming together because we all love the Bills that much.
From his hospital bed in Ohio Sunday, Hamlin tweeted game time with a photo of himself sitting up and wearing his jersey and cap. The Bills, in turn, responded with a touchdown on the very first play, before going on to win the game.
This is storybook. An opening kickoff return for Damar Hamlin, and this place is absolutely going wild.
Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Buffalo, New York.
It's such a heartwarming story right there. So glad to see how that can bring everyone together. We are tracking the chance for rainfall ending after midnight tonight. Looking clear Monday and Tuesday. Your full forecast coming up next.